I think the importance of a community arts center in creating a community cannot be overstated. There has to be some way for people to get together and celebrate their own creativity, their own aesthetic decision-making. All of those things are so important.
This is the life in Bloodline, I think, for creativity and innovation in the community. Now, sometimes people just go to their jobs 24/7. They're just going through the motions. They don't realize that at the end of the day, they kind of just need to settle down and look at something creative. Look at something that's made by hand, made from an artist, sculpted, drawn, painted, and just really feel the effects that and the emotional connections that can be made through those art pieces.
I sell my work in various venues, like this little gallery right here. I have a lot of people that do collect my work, I'm finding over time.
Everyone enjoys making aesthetic decisions. So it's not this case where there's a little group of people who are artists and everybody else are non-artists. On many levels, everyone is an artist.
People in Ames were so generous and so kind. I am very heartened to think that 50 years later, that quality is still here.
I believe art is almost like its own language, you know? I feel that in some way people forget that when we go to movie theaters or when we go to gallery shows or when we listen or read our favorite book, or it's because we all feel like we can relate to something and feel like we actually can place ourselves in a situation or in someone's shoes, you know?
I think the question of the importance of an art center for a town like Ames is not a necessary question. It should not be a necessary question. I mean, would you ask, is a stadium necessary in a university? Why would you need a stadium? Why would you have sports? Is that necessary? I never hear that being asked. I'm not sure why we feel a need to justify the arts. The arts are just as much the lifeblood of a community as sports. And sports should be there, definitely, but so should art. I think it's a wonderful balance. It gives opportunity and it gives voice to people who create, as individuals in their studios or wherever they create, their basements, their garages. And it gives them a place to join in with other people who create. It gives them the ability to see their work in context with other people's work. Most of all, it gives people who love to look at art a place to do that, and a place for people to connect. Equally importantly, it gives young people maybe their first experience in the arts. Arts programs across the country have been cut for years, and the Octagon provides very high quality learning opportunities for young people.
It's serving the community. It's really serving the community very well. I from time to time have people come up to me and say, oh, I have this 8-year-old and she loves art. And what do you do with a kid who loves art? And I send them to the Octagon art classes. We have a place for those kids.
Doodling. I did a picture of my sister in New York City because she just moved there after many, many years, and she misses her dog. So I was just thinking about some things, and I really wanted to, I was just having a quick feeling. It didn't take very long to do. We're also going to make polar bears.
The reasons that I like art so much is because it's a way to let my emotions out through like the paintbrush, and it just kind of it calms me down when I'm like, if I'm upset, I just go and draw or color or do something like that. And that's really why I like art, because it's just a way to feel kind of free with yourself. First time I did art, I liked it, so I do art every day.
The Octagon's been good, and also they had a show. I had a couple of pieces in a show here they had last year. The hardest part of a lot of this art business is getting people to know that you're here.
And Ames is a city that's growing and changing and evolving and getting better and better. And I think that the Octagon reflects that.
I sincerely hope that other people feel that same sense of pride, because it's like looking at your community and the people that you know through their art. It's another way of seeing them. It's another way of seeing what's important to them.
But I think people make art because it makes them whole. It makes them feel complete. It makes them feel like there's a center to their lives. And through that, we get expression, and through that, we get communication. And those are all very important things. But the cool thing about art is when you make art, you just feel